Walt Disney. For nearly a century, the Walt Disney name has been synonymous with fun. From the creation of Mickey Mouse and his legendary slew of animated classics to his theme parks around the world to Disney Plus, which has become one of the best content streaming services from Disney's major entertainment brands, which include Walt Disney Studios, Pixar, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century Fox. One Walter Elias Disney was born on December 9, 1901 into a very conservative family. He had a difficult relationship with his father, who beat his children for the slightest fault. The closest person to little Walt was his older brother Roy, who comforted the baby after his parents' harsh upbringing. 2. At age 16, during World War I, Disney spent a year driving an International Red Cross ambulance in France. His car was decorated with drawings and sketches from his travels. 3. Walt Disney's first animation studio was called Laugh-O-Gram. It went bankrupt less than a year after it was founded. The studio filed for bankruptcy before a single cartoon was released. 4. It went to Hollywood with only $40, a small supply of drawing supplies, one animated film, and one feature film. Walt Disney moved to Los Angeles from Kansas City with his brother Roy. 5. The Walt Disney Company Studios' first commercial success was a series of cartoons about Lucky Oswald Rabbit, but ended up with Disney losing the rights to use the character entirely as a result of several deals. Walt lost not only Oswald, but also all of his cartoonists, who also became the property of Universal Pictures. Disney Studios did not manage to regain the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit until 2006. 6. The idea for Mickey Mouse came to Walt Disney on the train on the way from New York to Los Angeles. It happened just after losing the rights to Oswald, at a time when bankruptcy was already looming in front of Walt and Roy. 7. Walt Disney himself voiced Mickey Mouse for almost 20 years. The first time Mickey spoke in Walt's voice was in the 1929 cartoon Carnival Kid, and the last time was in the 1947 cartoon Beanstalk. 8. During World War II, Walt Disney and his team of cartoonists created a series of training films, totaling about 70 hours, for all branches of the military. They also created a number of propaganda films commissioned by the U.S. government. 9. In 1932, Walt Disney released Flowers and Trees, the first commercial cartoon to use the Technicolor tricolor process. From 1932 to 1935. Walt and his team had exclusive rights to use the tricolor process. Accordingly, other animation studios in the color animation genre lagged far behind Disney. 10. Disney Studios' first full-length animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, brought in $1.5 million. A gigantic sum at the time. The cartoon about Snow White was created at the height of the Great Depression, and is still considered one of the greatest breakthroughs in the history of the film industry. 11. In 1964, U.S. President Lyndon Johnson presented Walt Disney with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. This is one of the two highest honors in the United States that a civilian can receive. At the awards ceremony, Walt Disney was called the artist and impresario who created American folklore. 12. To keep the construction of Disneyland a secret, Walt Disney bought nearly 27,000 acres of land, using various fake names. At the time, the construction site was called Project X or Project Florida. 13. For every holiday, Disney gave his longtime housekeeper and cook, Thelma Howard, a share of his company. After this woman's death, her fortune was valued at nearly $9.5 million. Walt often referred to her as the living Mary Poppins. 14. In 1960, Walt Disney was responsible for organizing ceremonies at the Winter Olympics in Squaw Valley, California, USA. He helped plan and execute the opening and closing ceremonies of the Olympics, as well as the award ceremonies and the lighting of the Olympic torch. 15. Shortly before his death in 1966, Walt Disney, together with his brother Roy, founded the California Institute of the Arts. Over the years, the Art Institute contributed to the Disney Renaissance, the era of the Disney Renaissance, 1989 to 1999, when the studio returned to making musical animated films, as well as the Pixar Revolution, a revolution in the world of animation produced by Pixar Studios, and the creation of the character SpongeBob SquarePants, which is also no small thing. 16. The staff at Disneyland Park and Disney World Recreation Center have only first names on their name tags, because Walt hated being called Mr. Disney. He felt that last names were too formal a reference. And those who addressed him by name, he answered as follows: "Call me Walt, Mr. Disney was the name of my father." 17. Walt Disney still holds the record for the number of Oscar statuettes received. He has been nominated for an Oscar 59 times and won 26 times. Almost all of the Academy Awards have been for Best Animated Short. 18. When Walt died in 1966, a piece of paper with the single inscription "Kurt Russell" was found among his belongings on his desk. Most likely Disney was pondering the casting for a new movie. At a young age, Kurt Russell did a lot of Disney movies, but without much support from film critics. It was only then that his career took off. 19. Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966 of lung cancer. After that, the company named after him refused to show smoking scenes.